Hello, I'm from the Australian Government, here to announce the 2025 federal election.
And I'm from the opposition, here to announce that this will be our last fair election.
That's right, because in the final days of this parliament, we teamed up to rewrite Australia's electoral laws to make it even harder for minor parties and independents to compete with us.
And we helped ram those laws through parliament without proper scrutiny.
Nice work, you mole.
Cheers, you cow. Two-party system.
What's that? You didn't know about our dodgy electoral deal? Oh, sweetie, that's just what we were hoping. So please don't watch this honest government ad which explains how it works.
You don't want to know how we've given ourselves even more of your money to help us get re-elected.
A 47% increase to how much the public will pay politicians per vote.
And stacks of loopholes to let us get around the donation caps we've introduced.
What, so our new laws won't actually keep big money out of politics?
No, silly. Big donors can just multiply their donations by our hundreds of branches and entities.
Plus, we legislated a loophole to let us take unlimited money from our multi-million-dollar slush fund. But hey, at least we've taken dark money out of politics.
Except we haven't, as our new disclosure threshold is conveniently just above what we charge lobbyists for a dinner with this guy.
And our new spending cap?
It'll cap independents at this much, since they only run in one seat, while we can spend as much of our nationwide cap as we like, wherever we like.
Genius.
Kudos to Dodgy Don for convincing you these laws are about stopping this sack of shit, when they're really about stopping healthy competition in our elections.
And just in time, because our primary vote is plummeting, as almost a third of you voted for minor parties and independents at the last election.
Could we win back those votes by being less shit?
Of course. But why do that when we can just rig election rules in our favour?
We're such cunts.
We are. Two-party system.
There's just one problem. These new laws only come into effect after this election.
And we're shitting ourselves about that.
Because if you realise this is the last election where new candidates have a chance to compete with us, you might vote in this election like our democracy depends on it.
Which it does.
It might even inspire you to support and volunteer for your local not shit candidate.
Like Kaz in Cowper, Alex in Wannon, and Nicolette in Bradfield, all of which are our God-given seats.
Or Peter in Franklin, where we're busy selling out Tassie to the toxic salmon industry.
And many others running against us across Australia to end a political duopoly that's presided over widening inequality, ecological collapse, and utter shit fuckery.
You'll find a link in the video description to a list of not shit candidates. You know, ones whose heads aren't up the arse of fossil fuel and gambling lobbies.
Do not click it.
Because if enough not shit MPs get elected, we'll have to share power with the not shit crossbench.
Ew.
Which would not only force us to listen to you rather than our fossil fuel and gambling donors.
It would also force us to unrat-fuck these new electoral laws we just passed.
Which means we'd miss our last chance to entrench our duopoly.
And you'd end up with a greater choice of candidates in future elections.
And we wouldn't want that now, would we? Two-party system. Fuck you. Authorised by the Department for rigging the rules of the game instead of trying to win it by being less shit.
baby on the beat, boy.
Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. 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 BOOMER, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are all and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey, okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okie dokie, boomer.
Oh my God, we're here. We're here.
What's up, Boomer?
I don't know. Are we back in the USSR or what?
Oh man, we're doing the banana splits. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was definitely a earworm and a half. And yeah, Lady Alex, that show drove me crazy when I was young. But I figured I
loved it.
I would share my first earworm that I ever had in my life, which was the banana splits. And I think the choices of photos that I threw up there were pretty accurate. I mean,
No, they were totally accurate.
Yeah, they definitely were. How is everybody tonight? I need to shout out the YouTube Red Angels in the house. Popeye, what's going on, Popeye? Peace, stuff. Good to see you. Kate, what's going on? Kate, Jax, Paige, thank you for the super chat. Looking forward to the show. Much love and respect. Yes, we have that for you too. Fred Edward, Chris Alger, what's going on, Chris? Good to see you. Cold Fusion Gaming, who is that guy? Fred Edward is in the house. Lady Alex, yes, good to see you. Deborah Grossbach, Salty's Digital Dive. We got a full house tonight. Vic, what's going on, Vic? Steve Wolfbrandt, what's going on, Steve? Steve, I feel you. I read your posts, and I can so relate to each one of your posts. I gotta say. Let's see who we got in here. We got Natalie. Hi, Natalie. Still using the heating pad this week. It's saving my life. And I cannot pronounce that. It looks like it's all in Chinese with a wrench. And we've got, let me see, who else do we have over there? Global is in the house. And there's Fred again. Who else we got in here? There's the Trailer Park Pundit. And Nilo Nostrum, good to see you. Manitalk, what's going on? You've been on fire, Manitalk, throwing up stuff lately. Appreciate everything you're doing. And keep it up. Don't stop, because we're calling bullshit on just about all of it. And let's see, we got Kill Your Grey Gross. Good to see you. Anthony, what's going on, Anthony? And we've got, let me see, who else we got in here? Did I get everybody? Jilly Love is in the house. Hi, Jilly. Good to see you. Steve G. Sean the Accord Lord. FYT6X7X. And let me see. Who else do I have? The Imperium is in the house. And that's all I've got over on that one. And we do have a full house tonight over here on the team.
Yeah, we do. I got a whole bunch sitting over at the trailer park. We got Taco Kid from Alamo Town. Good to see you. Jacqueline H. Jackie Jack H. Good to see you over there. Uh-oh.
Hold on. Sorry. Let me fix that. Sorry. There we go.
Snork Y2K is hanging out over at the trailer park. Over on Rockfin, we got AOD. Good to see you. There's a lot going on. You guys are like, happy Saturn Day. It's Saturn Day because it's Saturday, apparently. Happy Chinese New Year. It is the wood snake, the year of the wood snake.
Yes, it
and
is.
Apparently it is Happy St. David's Day, fasting and Ramadan. Okay, Copeland Morris is hanging out over on the Rockfin along with Aram. Hi, Aram. How are you? It's been a while since I've seen you, Aram.
Hey,
Go
Aram.
Start and Mr. Worthless Eater and Lost 66 are over on the Rumble with a bunch of people over there. So yeah, lots of people hanging out today.
Lots of people.
Hi,
I don't think we're live on Kick tonight. We'll probably be back there next week. So.
I don't think we have very many people that watch us on Kick.
Yeah,
so.
I know. I like to put it on all platforms for your
Chanda
convenience.
said would. Fred Edwards, you're funny.
Yeah, you're funny. Shanda, how do you get your lipstick to match everything? Kate wants to know.
Yeah, Kate. I know. I bought this one. I actually went and saw you last year when we met in Portland. I bought this lipstick at some freaking store down in Portland. I don't know. I have a big
Portlandia.
drawer, a big tote full of lipsticks, and I just look through it till I find one that matches. Oz, guess what happened to me this week?
What happened to you this week?
My doctors almost fried my brain.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were going to nuke you, and you said, "Whoa, whoa."
Yeah, I
whoa."
said, whoa. Let's talk about this, guys. Because when she sat me down and started telling me I will lose my short-term memory, I will lose multitasking, I won't be able to work anymore, and I'll have to go on Alzheimer's meds. She's like, it's not like you're going to forget who you are or how to drive, but
Just your quality of life is going to be torched. That's
you'll
all.
have to focus on one thing only. I was like, no, we're not doing this. Like, I don't care if the odds are like 50 to 60% that it might stop it from going into my brain, but it's
That's
not in
not
my
good.
brain yet. So why would I scramble my brain? So yeah, dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, that's scary.
And
That's
it's
scary.
outdated science too. But thank you guys so much. I shared out a GoFundMe post about it because it kind of sent me reeling. Like, damn, I almost let these guys scramble my brain.
So where are you going from here? What's going on?
I'm still doing the immunotherapy and I'm still feel like crap every day. I have freaking fever every day, and then my temperature drops at night to like 95 and I freeze and I sweat and I feel like crap. But you're right there with me. You're feeling like crap every day. We just get up and suck it up. And
Hey, Aram, I got to shout you out. I missed you on Tuesday and Wednesday because I had
No
to go to
school.
the doctor, and Wednesday I was just cratered. So sorry I missed you. Maybe we can catch up tomorrow.
But you know what, Oz, we're not alone. Everybody out
No,
there.
everybody's fucked up.
Everybody.
everybody's
Especially the
shit.
people that took the burps.
Yeah. That broop poop crap's really new stuff's coming out.
You
about
can't
that
get an echocardiogram for like a year within 6 counties of where I fucking live because everybody's hearts are fucked up. It's like a 15-minute test. It's an ultrasound. There's
and
no
what-
reason that it should be that bugged.
What makes it worse is you live in more of a retirement area. So, yeah, I know. It's crazy. Hey, if
Patreons.
you
Our
guys-
Patreons, you guys keep me going every month.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
month, our YouTube premium gets paid by you guys so much. You guys are actually going to be paying for our restream this month too. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks. We've got the caster going, and I just covered that last night. Many thanks to all of you who have supported us there. And the best way is to get us something is, I think, right here, Chanda, right, is the coffee and the
Buy me a coffee or PayPal.
PayPal. That's the best way to get it because YouTube takes a big slice out of everything as usual. And Rockfin anymore is don't. Yeah, I know. Rockfin's tough.
Steve got spanked for talking shit on Rockfin.
I don't think he got really spanked. It was kind of a mutual disagreement.
Yeah, it was a
there.
mutual sparring. And apparently the viewers went on to X and kind of gave Rockfin a little lashing for it. So they backed off from what I understand. The
they
power
definitely-
of you guys is at work.
Yeah, they definitely did. So for everybody who is new here that doesn't know, Chanda has cancer and so do I, and we're working through it. Shanda's had some good luck,
We're the
and
cancer twins.
I've got a little bit, and we're addressing it as we go. And I can't believe my attitude is where it's at when you find that out. That's amazing.
People
And
always say that to me too. Like, why are you
Yeah.
so upbeat and happy? Like, well, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Cry?
we all get our turn in the barrel, guys. So just live life while you're living. And Chanda imparted to
Exactly.
me what I feel about doing these shows. I mean, we don't have a lot that we do anymore because of the cancer and everything else
Right.
in society. But this is one of the things that we love to do. And we love spending our Saturday evenings with a couple hours with you guys. Absolutely, for sure, because we connect with you. We see your Twitters. We see your Facebooks. We see everything that you're talking about.
Jackson's been on fire today.
Yeah, Jack has been on fire. and it's nice to know that there are people out there that we relate to and can relate to us. And that gives us comfort and makes life a little bit easier to swallow every day. Now, we're going
It's
to
a fucking clown show out there. Oh my God, what a week it's been.
Yeah, we're gonna kick this thing off tonight. We have got a hell of a show tonight. And we're going to start off with, oh, God, this guy's dreadful.
I replaced this. So I originally had the original 4-minute clip of George Galloway, and I knew this was going to be good because when he said, I'm going on Piers Morgan, it was like, our boy was going to beat Morgan around. So I had to replace it by Turncoat Dawn's Words of Violence. We love Words of Violence. It's always so funny. So here it is.
And honestly, when George said, you've had your head up his ass for 4 years, that was great. Thank you, George. Keep it real. Keep it real. Here
Love
we go.
me some George Galloway.
Check it out.
You might look at yourself in the mirror in a few years when he carries on Putin invading other countries. Get off your Putin fanboy. People like you to be useful idiots. Don't, please, with a straight face, try and tell me that Russia did not start this war 3 years ago. Specifically on Ukraine, I agree with both Johnson and Starmer.
It's really come to something when, having spent a lifetime myself fighting against NATO and American wars, it's the Americans that are trying to stop the war, and Piers Morgan, Boris Johnson and Keir Starmer who are trying to keep it going.
Smack.
This war did not begin 3 years ago. You very well know that it began in 2014.
Yes.
You very well know that it began with a coup against the elected president of Ukraine, backed by Victoria Nuland and supported by you. You very well know that the criminalization of the Russian language, which followed hard on the heels of that coup, was the proximate reason for an uprising in the east of the country. You very well know that Zelensky and his predecessor rained down shot and shell on the people of East Ukraine for 8 years before Putin intervened. And that 14,000 people, most of them women and children, were killed. You're always telling us how much you love the Jews. You're supporting a regime which puts up statues to Nazi collaborators, to generals of the Galician division of the SS. You have lied about the origin of this war, about the duration of this war, about the course of this war, and now having caused you and your war party the death of 1 million Ukrainians while claiming to love Ukrainians, you're now calling for British lives to be lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Lady Alex, no amount of truth will sway these assholes, and I got into it with my sister today.
I agree.
Same thing. She started in about this bullshit, and it's sad when it's your family member, isn't it, Chanda?
Well, yeah, because they buy the MSNBC, CNN fucking bullshit narrative that, oh my God, Putin just one day 2 years ago decided to invade fucking Ukraine. That is not what happened at all. If you were paying attention and you watched Ukraine on Fire, which I've been telling people since 2016, go watch Ukraine on Fire. You could see how it was a color war that was incited by Victoria Nuland's CIA. Yeah. And we were told the truth of what they were doing. And then you bring in the fact that the Azov battalion and those freaking Nazis were in there ethnically cleansing actual Russian people who have lived in that territory for over 400 fucking years. Yeah, and then not to mention the fact that NATO was right on their damn doorstep, coming right up Putin's fucking ass. Yeah. There's just so many.
When all this started,
so much misinformation.
The first thing that was out of my pie hole, you will remember, and you of those who were here, how would the United States like it if they put missile bases all along the United States border in Mexico? I mean, that's
or Canada.
Or Canada, same thing. Yeah. Are you kidding me, man? Talk about hypocrisy. Yeah. They're out of their mind. So you brought this picture. When was this picture taken?
Okay, so this was taken yesterday morning.
Oh, before
the infamous Zelensky beatdown in the Oval Office. See who's in that picture? none other than Lindsey Graham and, of course, Klobuchar.
Yeah.
So the Democrats and the Republicans coming together to support Zelensky. But I kind of felt like they were inciting him. Like, don't you take that bullshit from Trump. If you don't want a ceasefire, you make sure you let him. I feel like they blew smoke up his ass and sent him in there to get his ass reamed. I mean, I think this was a planned, laid out thing from the get-go. And the fact that Lindsey Graham came out songing and dancing 10 minutes later how much he loved the fucking president and the president did a good job and Zelensky needs to resign, it just it gave validity to the fact that the whole thing was a play. It was a play.
Like I told you
stage
yesterday.
Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Well, yeah, that's what the Democrats are saying too, but not in the same context that we mean it. You know, they turned on Lindsey Graham's shock collar. What is the Democrats saying? They're saying it was a setup. Yeah, it was kind of, but it was theater, all right. But the Trump team anticipated what Zelensky was going to say, and they were ready for the response. And the Trump people, Trump and Vance, they had the talking points right, because people who do not want war, who want peace, are going to love Trump. So that just jacked up his approval numbers even more. So there again, no matter where you're at on this thing, I'm going to stay the same place I've always been. War is not good for anybody. There should be no goddamn war. We should be working together as a planet.
And they've been lying about the death
They've been lying
numbers.
about this forever. So it was, it was, I believe, in my opinion, it was a show. And I think the most embarrassing part is that we had to endure it. It wasn't, Trump should be embarrassed. The United States should be embarrassed at all. I think that we were just fed more social conditioning. What do you think, Chanda?
I absolutely do. Chris, thank you so much for the super chat. It says Mother Russia loves all of us.
We love their music.
Sometimes they do.
We love their music.
We love their music.
Leonid and friends. They're out of Moscow.
No, there is quite a few good bands that we bring out of.
Yeah, they got great music in Russia. Yeah, they do. They really do. And honestly, I think Russia's kept a pretty fucking cool head over all this shit. Honestly, no matter what, I think they've exercised restraint, where the United States, under that diaper-shitting, dementia-ridden puppet we had going on, working for Anthony Blinken, which got us closer to World War III, in my opinion, than we've ever been in our lifetime. So, yeah, I'll go with the peace talk. I just wish that they wouldn't be hypocrites and talk about peace everywhere, and including Israel. So, that's where I'm at on that. What happened to your audio? Your audio's gone.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're back. You're back. What happened?
Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Just got loud in my ear. Anyway, so I brought Zelensky showing up at the White House yesterday. And of course, Trump has to make fun of the way he's dressed. But why is he dressed like this? Why can't he wear a fucking suit if he's a president? Why does he got to show up like he just came off the battlefield? Why does he always do this?
I got to respond to Lady Alex. I do not blame propaganda on the fact that most Americans buy into the bullshit. One must take responsibility for their thoughts and actions. I agree, Lady Alex. But again, I got to say, we've been socially conditioned to devour this bullshit ever since we were born. So here we go. What is this? This is Trump outside?
Yeah, this is outside the White House when Zelensky's showing up. At least he came to the door to greet him. He didn't do that with Macron a couple of days ago, right? He's all dressed up today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, it's all nice.
Okay,
and good.
so that's Trump posturing. I see that as Trump posturing, right? Oh, he's all dressed up today. Like, look at the little man. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Chris says Russia has been acting cool as a cucumber. You're right. And I have a clip for you guys I'm going to bring on Monday of kind of Putin's response. So Putin has been cool and he's still willing to talk. And Willie Braggs, good to see Willie Braggs. Willie Braggs says, if only Donald Trump had the testicles to talk smack to Benjamin Netanyahu the way he does to Volodymyr Zelensky, the world would be awesome. We got to agree. I have to fucking agree.
Yeah, it was, you know, in the sense of, and they say, oh, they ganged up on him. I think that, in my opinion, Zelensky should have just nodded his head and said thank you and what time's lunch. I mean, Jesus Christ, it
well, Zelensky's used to dealing with fucking Biden. Biden was easy to fucking push around. The Democrats have been easy to push around.
Agree.
And let us not forget that Zelensky did come to town just before the election to kiss the Democrats' ass in order to, hopefully, if they won,
Biden. Yeah.
He was campaigning for them, basically.
Yeah,
like,
well,
if you support Ukraine, vote for Biden because, Trump bad.
What a lot of people didn't see was the work up to this meeting, and it was quite pleasant up to a certain point, and then it careened out of control. And once again, I think that was timing of the damn thing.
That was, it creaming out of control was a combination of Zelensky being freaking rude and short. And at some point, he literally calls J.D. Vance a bitch in Ukrainian. You can see it. They broke it down. He actually did, under his breath, call him a bitch.
Oh, he did. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, he did.
Oops.
But here's a little bit of the interaction. I mean, America's never seen this from our Oval Office. We've never seen anything like this from a sitting president or a vice president.
Even today, you went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America.
Calls him out for campaigning for the Dems.
To save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
he's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I answer?
No, you've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this.
I can't stand
You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone.
Don't forget
and
this
we are
guy's an
thankful.
actor.
I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only in
alone.
this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You
We
voted
gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment.
You
And you
voted
had
for
a
your
break, but they had to use our military.
What about West?
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I
That's
heard
true.
from Putin. In 3 days.
In 3 fucking
This is
days, it
something
would have
you
been
asked
over in
2
3
weeks.
days
Of
if he
course
didn't have
It's going to be a
American
very hard
fucking money
thing
in
to
mind.
do business like this.
Again, just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
Accept
to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go
gonna age
litigate those
so well.
disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I do
I think
too.
it's very important. That's why I kept this going.
Tonight at the opera.
You have to be thankful.
Can you
You
imagine
don't
if
have
we
the
would have seen
cards.
behind the scenes of
You're very
Biden?
People
no.
are dying.
Biden-
You're running
Biden-
low on
Biden-
soldiers.
Biden-
Listen,
Please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us,
Okay.
I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look, if you can get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop
Of course,
getting
of
killed.
course we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a
But I said
ceasefire?
to you,
I want a
Ah, that's
ceasefire.
a Ukrainian
Because you get a
ambassador.
ceasefire faster than any
ask a lot of people about ceasefire.
Look at her shake her head.
We're not getting close money tonight.
Been there, done
That
that.
was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
No,
That was
he
with-
wasn't.
That was with
your president.
Obama.
It was
Lincoln.
your president.
Excuse me, that was with Obama who gave you sheets and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, you don't
Kiss
have
the
the
ring.
cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to my, is this a
Okay, so I thought that was the best cut of all the cuts that I found out there, and I love the angle of that because you could see how close the press really was gathered around for this. But my favorite part of all of it is when this dumb reporter gets a question in and she asks about World War III, and Trump says, well, what if Putin fucking does, what if a bomb drops on your head tomorrow? This is kind of my favorite, but look we got Christine Amanpour's reaction here watching live.
Was she clutching her
Listen to
pearls
this.
or what? What the hell?
Yes, she's clutching her pearls. Poor Christine Amanpour.
she's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
Well, what if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam.
Yep.
Yeah,
and he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if he can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television, I will say that.
It was great television. Everybody was melting down yesterday. Yeah, you can kill it. It should have cut before that.
You know what? Honest to God, that's no different than when Leslie Moonves says when Trump got elected, this is going to be great TV. It's going to be great for the network. Same thing. Yeah. So
it's not working out so well for MSNBC and Rachel Maddow. We're going to talk about
we're
that
going to talk
in a
about
minute,
that too. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, we are.
But truly, Chanda, all the talking points were on Trump's side for the public. Except for the ones that have been poisoned with TDS in their brain, because he talked about making a deal, getting out of the war, helping out the neighbors, and he did bring up the fact that the whole Hunter Biden laptop was real and it was a scam and they implicated Russia when they shouldn't have, and it was criminal, and they used our deep state to do that. And they fired.
Well, they've been lying since day one. Remember in 2016, it was shocking to us inside the Bernie Sanders campaign when all of a sudden the mainstream Democrats and Hillary Clinton and the Brocks and the freaking they were all blaming Russia all of a sudden. Yeah. And it was like, wait a minute, you just did a fucking deal with them, Uranium One. And now all of a sudden they're a fucking problem. They were a problem for you under the Obama administration. But now as we come into this election, all of a sudden Russia's a fucking threat to us.
Well, yeah.
Funny, you were making deals with them fucking last week.
They're trying to resurrect that Russophobia again. It's sickening.
I know.
And
they've been trying for 10 years now.
Just like some other things that they've perpetrated on the public in the world, people aren't buying their bullshit anymore. And, again, did you bring this or did I bring this? I can't remember. We shared that.
I brought it, but this is Boris Johnson hanging out with the Azov Battalion. Brigade.
Pussy.
They're Nazis. They're fucking neo-Nazis. But here, and every day, I didn't even bring the videos. I could bring them every week of them kidnapping Ukrainian men off the streets
all day long.
Send them to the front fucking line because all of their soldiers are dead. So, hey, let's just kidnap them.
That was another talking point that Trump, a truism. It's not a talking point. It was a truism. Trump mentioned that too. They were pulling people off the street to throw them on the front line for hamburger. And then we have this asshole. This asshole again, Bernie Sanders. Trump berates Zelensky, the leader of a democratic country courageously fighting Russian imperialism while he allies himself with Putin, a dictator who started the bloodiest European war in 80 years. Sorry, President Trump. We believe in democracy, not in authoritarianism. And Bernie Sanders, we don't believe in your bullshit anymore. So take it and shove it up your lying fucking ass. That is just absolutely, you warmongering piece of shit.
Do you remember when the Hillary Clinton campaign tried to smear Bernie Sanders in 2016 for going to Russia and having a Russian sister city for Burlington, Vermont? And they had the stupid videos of him without his shirt on, getting
they were
drunk with some Ruskies, and they were like, he's Putin's puppet, and he's a Russia lover.
He was out in the country, and that's how they party, and that's what he was doing. Such bullshit. Bernie, this is embarrassing. You're no man. You're a fucking mouse. Piece of shit. Yep. Now, you're going to have to read this because you brought it.
I know. I had to bust out my glasses so I can see it. Fee says, breaking. President Donald Trump has cut short talks with Ukraine's Vladimir Zelensky over a deal for U.S. access to the country's rare earth minerals after shouting at him in the Oval Office. Trump berates Zelensky for being disrespectful. The pair had planned to sign an agreement to hold a joint press conference, but Zelensky was instead preparing to leave the White House, which we saw him do. And he rushed right over to Fox News, right? Yeah. Trump, I'm in the middle. I'm for both Ukraine and Russia. Trump is playing everybody. He is the WWE guy, the con, the businessman who likes to win and not let others get an inch. It's astounding how these statesmen from abroad still fail to understand their enemy. To trust in him, by extension, Washington, is to trust in a snake oil salesman. Trump's doing what he needs to do for the expansion of the technocratic war machine that is called the United States. If you still don't fully understand this, you will continue to lose against the U.S. empire in one way or another. There's a step ahead because some of you think they can be reasoned with. They cannot. So,
and Fee's right on. You're so right on. I mean, again, everything that came out of Trump's pie hole yesterday is a winner with the American public. I mean, they don't want a war. They want to make the peace. Trump he says right here, he cares about Ukraine and Russia together. So what's to lose about that? It's a win-win for Trump because he's coming out and he's gaining more confidence of people that don't understand what Fee just said right here. It's a game, and they're playing it to us. And he knows what's going to win this whole debate, this whole argument, this whole war. He knows what's going to win it, and he's going to win it big. And that's going to make his ego just explode. Honest to God.
And it's about raping Ukraine for its rare earth minerals.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
It's that and the farmland.
The pat on the back for saving.
Oh yeah, he's going to take all the credit for that,
he wants history to reflect on him as a peacemaker. He was a peacemaker. He was a Reagan.
And I haven't even thought about what's going to come out of that deal. But
Berlin Wall.
A lot of people need to understand too. Ukraine is the breadbasket of that area, the farmland and everything else. And what else they're going to get out of it? BlackRock and Vanguard and all these companies are going to make
all these
a
companies
killing.
Are ready to come in.
They're going to make a killing. And I'll bet you they make deals with Russia too. I bet you they do.
Russia's ready to go. I've already got the video queued up on my deck for Monday. Russia is ready to make deal with U.S. companies, BlackRock and all of these others, to come in to do this. So
I believe
the technocrats, they win. That's what it's about. It's not about Zelensky, this little dictator who's shut down elections in Ukraine. Yeah. It's not about fucking him. It's about the technocratic freaking warlords at the fucking top. It's not
and money and power and more.
Exactly.
So meanwhile, while they're going to be doing all this, they're setting us up for an economic collapse, and they're going to get us on the UBI and shit. So
The
you
serfs.
brought Nick, right? This is Nick from Revolutionary
you brought
Black.
this, I want to say.
Did I bring it?
Didn't you?
Did I set the time on this? Here, I'll kick it off and I'll watch it.
It's
Hold
Brian Seltzer getting his
Brian
attitude,
Stelter from
Only 2
CNN
minutes.
claims that the true reason why Americans are turning against the Ukraine war is because we're too stupid to actually realize that the Ukraine war boosts the military-industrial complex.
Listen, it's pretty obvious what's happening. Some of this, I fear, is about illiteracy on the part of the voters.
That guy's a
for example,
dumbass.
About the spending that's going to Ukraine that's actually funding American technology, right? Funding American manufacturing plants.
Well, what, 187 million didn't leave America?
Sound like a man whose salary is paid by arms manufacturers. This is exactly why pro-war, pro-NATO progressives like Bernie Sanders, AOC, and Ilhan Omar, who claims we are fighting a war in Ukraine for democracy and because we want to defend the Ukrainian people, are youthful idiots at best. Meanwhile, neocons in the Democratic Party openly admit that the Ukraine war is beneficial because we can weaken Russia while only sacrificing Ukrainians.
You're the ally I've been hoping for all my life. Not one American has died defending Ukraine.
They also love how they can use Ukrainians as war guinea pigs as a way to test new battlefield innovations and new weapon systems. This is exactly why the left is supposed to oppose the Ukraine war, unlike the NATO sellout left led by Bernie Sanders and European Green Party. The left is supposed to advocate for peace and oppose war that benefit the military
anti-war
complex and the ruling class geopolitical war games. The plan of the Democratic Party to oppose Donald Trump is to defend the military-industrial complex, propose never-ending war against Russia, and defend failed institutions while avoiding class issues. The Democratic Party is completely cooked.
Yeah, they are completely cooked.
Yeah.
And
They've
get
been
cooked.
completely cooked.
They're getting cooked harder every day. And yes, Stelter is a fucking little shill, and he always been, and so is most of the rest of them. He's always been. I don't know how he's still working, but I guess he appeals to guys like me, bald-headed guys. You brought Crockett, really? What's this guy?
Oh my God, the hypocrisy that comes out every time this chick opens her fucking mouth, it's just diarrhea that comes out. There's never anything smart, anything factual, but this one's just hilarious.
Instead, we're pushing conspiracy theories, and some of them are killing people. It's the same thing that we have coming out of Doge. It's the reason that people are dying. It's the reason that farmers are losing their farms, because we continue to peddle conspiracy theories. It is time for us to say, Mr. President, guess what? Russia invaded Ukraine. Can we at least agree on that one? Facts matter. Y'all, this is literally potentially putting us into an international crisis. We may be heading towards the next world war because we have a president that wants to pal around with Putin and wants to do everything to make him feel good, including lying about who invaded who.
I
God.
would say she's the one that's lying right there.
I know, right? She's so dumb. I just couldn't. I had to bring that. Like, he just wants to pal around with Putin.
Meanwhile, you've got Mr. Snowden and Mr. Greenwald.
Glenn Greenwald and freaking Edward Snowden had lunch this week. Good to see them together, you know, because Snowden did bring us so many damn truths, and he's still hiding, or not hiding. He's still having to live in Russia for telling us those truths.
Is that what we're
I gotta say, I like this reface here that you have on this slide.
Oh, you like that?
I look like a surf girl from the freaking Russian.
Oh, yeah. I've got another one that's modeled after that one. I sent that to you. I'll put it in next week's deck if we have it.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
So,
I like that one.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to play this one with Snowden, right?
Yep.
Bink.
In my final position, working directly with the tools of mass surveillance, I can see anybody's emails. I can see what you're texting back and forth. The guys that are working to the left and the right of me are turning their monitor to show me nudes of the wife of one of their targets. And they say, bonus. But then I see this picture. It was actually video of a child in the lap of his father. It's like a toddler. They're smacking on the keyboard. And they don't realize what's going on, but he kind of glanced at the camera, and I felt like he was looking at me. And this really shook me, because when we talk about surveillance, we're talking so much about abstraction. We're talking about things that don't feel real. Right. I realized that the machine, I was a technologist in the NSA, all of the different parts that I've been working with, all of the systems, They had stolen and were stealing not just one person's memories, they were stealing everyone's, everywhere, all the time, and they still are right now. And so I got up out of the chair and, I didn't try to burn down the NSA. I've published 0 documents. I gave them to journalists, and there's a long, complicated thing in the book about how and why and where the lines are. But I wanted not to say this is the way the world should be. I wanted to give it to you. I wanted to say this is what's happening. And it really, guys, the question for you is, how do you want to live? We are today being used against the future. We're being used against our children. Everything we do now lasts forever, not because we want to remember it, but because we're no longer allowed to forget.
That's so fucking true. I keep my camera. I have a cap that goes over my camera when I'm not live, and I suggest you do the same. So, Oz, it happened this week. We got the Epstein files. Were you excited to see them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. What a fucking shit show joke this was.
I had a stroke. Oh, you brought next
You had a stroke with the
All
Epstein files.
Here we go.
You said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk. When can we see them, and what's taking so long to release them?
I do. Jesse, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims. 200.
Yeah, we knew
so
that.
we have well over 250 actually. So we have to make sure that their identity is protected and their personal information. But other than that, I think tomorrow, the personal information of victims. Other than that, I think tomorrow, Jesse, breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released by my office.
What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded?
We already know who
because
was on the
he had
flight.
all of his homes wired with recording devices.
Yeah, what you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information.
Did we get any fucking names?
It's
I don't think we
pretty
got one
sick
name.
What that man did,
Okay, well, we'll
along
look
with
for
his
that.
co-defendant.
Absolutely, and he had help. That's for
He
sure.
sure did.
Okay, so this was the biggest PR fucking stunt that we have seen in forever. Now, in the ploy of transparency from the Trump administration, they called in all of these conservative social media influencers.
And libs
we
of
were all
TikTok.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Thursday, we were all waiting. I was refreshing, like, okay, when's these fucking files going to drop? We've seen Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book. I've done quite a few Epstein deep dives. I mean, you can go over to Rockfin, check them out, Accidental Activist. I know the Epstein case in and out, and I have since before Epstein even got arrested. When Epstein got arrested, I was like, that guy's dead in 6 weeks. And he fucking was. I called it way ahead of time.
Yeah,
and why did I know about Epstein? Epstein was on my radar because of people like Jamie Deluxe that had woke me up in 2017 to what was really fucking going on. But anyways, so all of a sudden these assholes come out, and I don't know who that dark-haired chick is, but I
think she's a lib of TikTok. I think she's one of the libs of TikTok.
No,
so.
she isn't. She's something else, but she does remind me of the lib of TikTok. Anyways, these guys are all parading around, doing little dances, showing off these binders that say Jeffrey Epstein Stage 1. Of course, they got their free merch. Look, they got handfuls of MAGA hats in every color because, hey, why not? It's a good time to get merch. Anyways, once these binders got opened up, there wasn't a goddamn thing in them.
No,
most of the stuff that was in them was redacted. And then the real information that they had redacted in these binders was already online, not redacted.
Publicly,
so people like our show and other shows that have done deep dive on Epstein had this information 5 freaking years ago.
I was going to make a mock-up of the thing. I just didn't have it in me this week, but I had some ideas for it. I still might do it because when phase 2 comes out, we'll do a phase 2. Willie Bragg, thank you for the super chat. Jasmine Crockett is okay when she refers to Marjorie Taylor Greene as bleach blonde, bad built butch body, but full of it to oppose peace negotiations. I agree. Anybody's full of it to oppose.
I don't know. Did you see that spoof? I don't know if it was a spoof or if it was real, where Marjorie Taylor Greene was supposed to be on Idol and she was all out of her mind. She like tried out for American Idol. That shit's funny if it's true. They're all actors, is what it comes down to me.
Yeah, they
but,
tend to be. Lauren,
including Crockett.
Lauren Boebert, don't take your boyfriend to a theater.
Oh my gosh, I think she stole Kid Rock from his girlfriend. She was like all hanging on him at Mar-a-Lago, and then all of a sudden Kid Rock dumped his girlfriend. Did you see that?
She could do better than Kid Rock, can't she?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Hey, she likes the bad boy.
DOJ Americans, the Epstein list. I hope you're hungry. And he takes the lid off. You brought this, and it's nothing.
A whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Stay tuned for the next Psychos.
That's so true. And you brought Mr. Lee again here. What's he going to tell us about?
Yeah, I don't know about this guy. Why is he so high in the algorithm? I like what he has to say, but I got questions.
You
Just
know,
like I
I
had
noticed
questions with Ian Carroll.
I noticed since they got called out, Ian Carroll and that other gal that we've featured before.
Blakely.
Blakely. They've dropped in the algorithm, I think. I think people are.
They've had a lot of people unfollow them.
Yeah,
that's why.
They're questioning how they grew so fast. Okay, let's see what Mr. Lee has to say.
The Epstein files have arrived. The binder of transparency. Except come to find the information in this binder is already online. For example, here's a screenshot from a page in that binder. A lot of the information has been redacted. Here's that same page of names, already online, unredacted. Here they are side by side. Redacted, unredacted. This is what was in the binder.
I've showed you guys these files.
So today we kind of went backwards. Not ideal for the administration, to say the least. That was probably hoping to use this issue to prove how transparent they are. According to reporting from the National Pulse, quote, having spoken with several sources inside the White House meetings today, I can report what I believe to be an accurate version of events regarding the re-release of the so-called Epstein Files Phase 1, which turned out to be a re-release of information that has mostly been known for several years. Probably not what they had in mind when they handed out these binders. By the way, I have nothing against these influencers. Most of these, I think, are conservative influencers that have been invited to the White House, other than letting you guys know that not only are they influencers, but they're also now officially PR people for the administration. They're an extension of the Trump press corps, basically. Why do I say that? Well, because they're putting out the exact same talking points. Quote, today, I met with President Trump, VP J.D. Vance, AG Pam Bondi, and FBI Director Kash Patel in the Oval Office. They handed me a binder copy of the Epstein files. This is the most transparent administration in American history. The best part, this is just the start. AG Pam Bondi confirmed that there are thousands more Epstein file documents being secretly held in the SDNY, and they will be delivered to the DOJ by February 28th.
Yeah, okay.
People will be going to jail for what they've done.
Whatever.
Hopefully that's true. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, you can actually already go to Epstein's little black book online. Just go to this.
We saw nothing.
Also, feel free to check out this link, which has a bunch of documents the FBI already declassified, and also this third link, which was the court case between Virginia Giuffre and Ghislaine Maxwell, who was Epstein's right-hand woman. But here's what I think is going on overall, and I posted this thought on X yesterday. But if you've already looked into Epstein, as well as JFK for that matter, every road going to lead you towards one particular country in the Middle East, and it's not Iran. So my gut feeling is that all of this is an attempt, hopefully, to satisfy the public, move on from this issue, because the more I think people dig into this, the more people will realize that our greatest ally is not actually our greatest ally. So big shout out to Destiny Resendez for being the first to go into these documents. And
could we be talking about Israel?
Yeah,
I think we're talking about Israel.
Speaking
they don't
of,
want these files coming out because exactly. Look, this is one of the influencers.
This is one of the influencers. Who is her fealty to? I wonder.
Right.
Hey, I got to give a special shout out. Kamshwari Kate, thanks so much for Beauty and the Boomer. Thank you for the coffee. If you get it over onto coffee, I so appreciate it because I can actually see these in real time and call them out. So if you want to do like a super chat, throw a $1 or $2 over at coffee, buy me a coffee. That's pinned at the top of the thing, and I'll read it.
Coffee.
I'll check it throughout the show, and hopefully we can migrate over to those things for Chanda and myself. That'd be wonderful. But yeah, that is, and thanks again, Kate. You're always so generous. I really, really appreciate it so much.
So, Oz, I have a great clip of Louis Black, the comedian, that Kurt Metzger shared out earlier today, talking about when he went to Jeffrey Epstein's to visit. And it's very telling about Israel and his involvement with Israel. So join me on Monday for that clip. Yeah,
I saw that clip. I've seen that clip. And Louis
I have
Black
it for Monday.
I wonder if that's why we don't see much of Louis Black anymore, or is he still alive? I don't know. I don't know.
Somebody did this. This is brilliant. This is the
Towers,
redacted files and then the Twin Towers. Because, nobody wants to admit that Mossad was behind the fall of the towers.
Nobody wants to admit it at all. Mommy, why don't politicians demand the release of the full Epstein client list? Because they are the clients, my dear. And SpongeJob says, is this really everything? Epstein was bad.
yeah, that's what we got this week. Epstein was bad, dude.
Epstein was bad. He was
bad,
bad. Is this the Donald Trump retweet of this?
Oh my God, yes. So Donald Trump retweeted this over on Truth Social. It's an AI generated future of Gaza called Trump's Gaza. So here's the original, so you can play it in case you guys haven't seen it, which I'm sure you guys have. But then I brought a revised version. Take us off screen.
Donald's coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1.
Okay, so that was the original bullshit, and I brought you a reworking of it from our friend Charlie ZXI. I think that's the name. Workweek Normies, and I like this version better.
Let me tell you a little bit about Donald Trump. Okay. See, Donald cannot hold his pee. No, Donald wears a big old diaper. Bro, he made a tunnel in his brain with a lot of speed and a little cocaine. Yeah. Trump Gaza, what the fuck? That's Elon. He's a cuck. Took Donald in Israel, and all three of them could go to hell. Trump Gaza, what a joke. The guy who made 3 casinos go broke. 3 casinos? Trump Gaza can go to hell. Put your voice in the comments. Fuck Israel.
That was a much better version, don't you think?
I think so. I think it was. What, will you bring the speaker here, or what was going on?
Oh, yeah. Speaker Mike Johnson. He has something to say about Israel.
All right, Miguelito, what you got to say?
Hey, Speaker Mike Johnson here. I'm here at the AIPAC Congressional Summit 2025. What an important time this is for us to stand with our closest ally in the Middle East, and in my view, our closest ally maybe in the world, Israel. And the relationship with America has never been more important than it is right now. Thank you so much.
Never mind all the shit they've done to us.
We'll continue to do it in Congress. God bless.
God bless.
May I have some more genocide, please? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Jesus
What the fuck was
Christ.
the even point of that?
When your first laundromat was a resounding success, so you decide to open up a second one.
Yep, basically that's what's
Truth
going
hurts.
on.
Corruption, the glue that holds the Democrat Party together. I thought that was worth bringing, don't you? I mean,
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
why not? Why not? You know, let's pile on because they're assholes.
Evil Mr. Rogers. Yeah, he kind of is Tom Jones.
He is. He is. So you brought this. What is this?
Back in my day, Democrats pretended to be anti-war.
They sure
Yes,
the
they
hell
did.
did. They sure the hell
they
did. And this happened Friday. Is this how'd this go?
Yeah, okay, so you know what, Oz, this shit fucking infuriates me. This is the Democrats pretending to fucking resist. Now, this is shit we should be doing all days of the fucking year, using cash, using small businesses, avoiding Amazon, Walmart, Target, fast food, but gas. So I just, what? Why? An economic boycott once a year? What is the fucking
It makes them
point?
feel good.
It makes them feel like they're doing something.
Yeah, they're doing something. You're right. We should be doing this every day of the year. And we really do our best. And again, like I said, my hypocrisy is that I've been kettled into buying from Amazon a hell of a lot more than I want to because I can't get things that I actually need at these other places. And
Well, they've closed everything. Everything's gone out of business since COVID. Big Five's
Yeah.
gone. Our Big Lots is gone. Freaking almost all of our littler, box
Honestly,
stores are gone.
I've
What's
reduced
left?
for financial reasons, plus, my angst at fighting back any way I can, I've reduced my spending in half. We used to spend a couple $100, $250 when we went to the grocery store once a month. We've cut that in half.
Yep.
We don't anymore.
Who can afford it? Who can afford
it?
to go to the grocery store that much? I buy one bag of things and it's $100.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. What's this?
Just a point of view on the whole boycott thing.
Man, I'm so excited for this Friday's boycott. I'm sticking it to the man.
What do you mean, Friday boycott? What are you talking about? We're protesting against Donald Trump and all the corporate hegemons. So you're not going to buy anything on Friday? Yep, it's going to hurt them real bad. But you just bought 7 boxes of frozen burgers, 6 cases of beer, and 20 boxes of frozen dinners. That's more than you've ever purchased ever. Well, yeah, I got to stock up before the boycott kicks in. What's so funny? Oh, that's so funny. Oh, my God. What? We're sticking it to the man. So you're tanking the economy by giving them all your money before you don't? Shut up, Dave.
Shut up, Dave. That was funny.
You want to hurt the fucking the hegemon? Do a fucking general goddamn strike. Shut the fucking ports down. Don't go to work for a week. That's what fucking hurts them. Not shopping at fucking Amazon doesn't hurt them.
Yeah, I know. I just, this has been my complaints about activism. They pick the shittiest activism ideas out, you know. The energy that we waste on misplaced activism, like you just showed.
And I did it. I chased my own tail in my own ass for fucking years.
Yeah.
So I see somebody, Chris H. is in the chat saying, why are we making fun of boycotting idea if they are correctly accepting from... Yeah, why are we making fun of it? Because we feel like it's a waste of fucking time and energy. These people feel like they've done something, so they don't have to do anything else for the next 6 weeks, 6 months, because, hey, they were part of the boycott back in February. Let's talk about workers strike back. Let's talk about general strikes. Let's talk
really
about wildcat strikes. That is boycotting. That's hurting them in their bottom line and in their pocketbook.
Yeah, and protesting outside these representatives' houses. That's a good use of energy.
Yeah, I love
They
that
want
one.
you to go to Washington, D.C. to protest because it doesn't bother them. They're not even there. So again, we're not making fun of boycotting per se. We're suggesting that you use a little bit more insights on how to plan.
A little better. Yeah.
And Chanda just said, boycott them every day.
Every day. Use cash every day. Use small businesses every day. I mean, these are things we should already be doing, not just once at the end of February.
And to your point, Chris,
I'm throwing Chris a wrench right now. There you go.
Yeah, we're not against what you believe is the best thing for you to do. We want to talk to our sisters and brothers who we don't agree with on everything. And we will continue to have that discussion without getting all fucking bent up about it. Because Chanda and I have always said, we have our opinions, but we want to hear what yours are too. And we're not going to agree on everything. And Chanda and I have been in this game, this insanity for a long time, like so many of you have. And we've learned a few things too. So let's share our knowledge, let's share our energy, and let's get her done because the clock is ticking, baby.
Let's boycott fucking Amazon every day. Let's be outside the Bezos balls fucking boycotting.
And that's the other thing. I've reduced my Amazon. I've cut it.
Me too. I know it's convenient and it's easy and blah, blah, blah. But
if I don't absolutely need it, I don't do it. Yep. So, what's this? Is this a movie poster for dipshit?
No,
here?
This was an actual fucking poster for a Bernie rally that, I don't know, they had to pay people to go to in Omaha, Nebraska, I want to say earlier this week.
How many people did they have out there, do you know?
The fighting oligarchy.
Yeah, that's bullshit. This is
Where was he the last 4 years, yeah. Bernie? Where have you been?
Throw this guy in the trash and get with Workers Strike Back. They're the only ones out there right now that I feel strongly. And if you have somebody that's equivalent to Workers Strike Back who is actually doing things for the American people instead of this cuck that's sheep herding people back in the party, then fine. But this guy, he's sold us so much snake oil, I'm still floating from it.
Yeah, I like this meme. What does it say? The U.S. is an oligarch. Yeah, so you're going to help build the party that isn't owned by the oligarch, right?
Yeah. Right, Bernie. Right,
That's not what he did. What'd you do, Bernie?
You absolutely betrayed.
You gave him your email list and you told everybody to donate to Act Blue. Thank you, Bernie.
Yeah, thank you. And you endorsed some of the worst scumbags on the planet. Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris.
Right?
Unbelievable. And they got tons of billionaire money, and you're a hypocrite again. Did you bring this or did I? Or are we both looking at this?
I think we both did. So you go ahead and read this one. I'll read the next one.
If Bernie Sanders was serious about ripping the oligarchy, he would have been touring for the last 4 years and would have refused to endorse Kamala Harris because of more than 150 billionaires that bankrolled her failed candidacy. Yeah, what he just said.
Here.
So,
Exactly.
So
Professor Zinkus was on fire this week.
Yeah, he was. And Anthony, I like Anthony. I mean, I don't agree with him on everything, but I think he's right on most of the time on many subjects. So there you go.
This one's hard to see, so I'm going to do my best to read it.
Anthony Zinkus. Is this Sabby or what is this? Where am I?
The next one?
Oh.
We're on 39.
Okay. This is another Zinkus.
There's another Zinkus. We brought two Zinkus. So It says... GOP votes to advance the budget that slashes food benefits, Medicaid, $4 million, which I think they passed that budget this week, didn't they?
Yeah, the
or
House
did it just
did.
advance?
The House.
The House.
Advanced.
Okay.
It advanced.
So Professor Zink says Barack Obama signed $8.3 billion in cuts in SNAP benefits, and yes, he fucking did. And no Dems said a damn word about it. Dems didn't say a word. They absolutely didn't. Joe Biden ended pandemic emergency measures, resulting in 15 million Americans being thrown off of Medicaid. Here. I was one of them. Democrats were silent again.
Yeah.
The proposed cuts to SNAP and Medicaid by the Republicans are draconian and inhumane. But if you only speak out when the GOP does it and either ignore it or make excuses when the Democrats do it, it's probably not Medicaid or SNAP you really care about.
Well said. That's exactly
well
right.
Said.
And
Because the Dems did all that.
They always do that. And I want to remind everybody's screaming about all the federal workers that have been laid off. Bill Clinton laid off 400,000 federal workers back in his day.
And sent all of our jobs to Mexico with NAFTA.
And he NAFTA. I think Bill Clinton's probably one of the worst presidents next to Obama and Bush and Biden that we've had in our lifetime. And don't even
whole
come
life
at me.
we've had bad presidents.
Don't ever come at me about Trump. It's pointless because I hate them all. You've got... You brought a Sabby
Sabs. I brought a Sabby Sabs. Maxine Waters says Republicans are seriously think they're going to get away with this budget. Okay, so Sabby says Maxine told homeless people to go home for a few years ago. Maxine has all the energy when Trump is in office, but when people endured Medicare and SNAP cuts under Biden, she was silent. Both parties are corrupt. Abandon them. Yes.
Absolutely. And
look at the showboating that she freaking did this week. It's so gross.
Here we go.
We're no. Democrats are no on this budget. It is outrageous that you all have the audacity to come here with this budget that harms so many Americans and ask us to support billionaires and think we're going to buy it? You think we're going to support it? Well, you got another thought coming. We ain't doing it.
Oh, but you do it under frickin' Obama and Biden.
Oh yeah, absolutely they do it. And I gotta shout out Sabby. Sabby's works so hard for the black community and overall people, working people in public. We do appreciate Sabby, and she highlights a lot of the black people in our community, high profile and not so high profile. So keep it up, Sabrina. And like I said, we appreciate our sisters and brothers in independent media, no matter when or when we do not agree with them, because we need to hear what they've got to say too.
Hey, Rome is home. Did you hear? Rome is home. Yay, Rome got out of jail. He is home.
And we've got an Elon here.
I had to literally steal this off the trailer park deck. It couldn't wait till Monday, and we needed your input on this cut.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Well, I mean, the government's one big permit scheme, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, you can tell me better than anybody.
Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
What?
Well, explain that.
Oh, so
it gets better.
People pay into Social Security, and the money goes out of Social Security immediately, but the obligation for Social Security is your entire retirement career. So you're paying with you're paying. Like if you look at the future obligations of Social Security, it far exceeds the tax revenue. Far.
Because we paid in,
the debt
motherfucker.
clock?
Yes.
Okay. There's
how that
our
works.
present day debt, but then there's our future obligations. So when you look at the future obligations of Social Security, the actual national debt is like double what people think it is because of the future obligations. So
yeah, I don't think Joe's
basically
buying
people
it.
are living way longer than expected, and there are fewer babies being born. So you have more people who are retired and that live for a long time and get retirement payments. So the future obligations. So however bad the financial situation is right now for the federal government, it will be much worse in the future.
Except for he gets paid by the government constantly because he's the biggest fucking welfare queen out there. But Bernie Sanders says, wrong, Elon. Social Security has paid every benefit owed to every eligible American for 86 years. We can make it solvent for the next 75 and expand benefits by scrapping the cap. That allows billionaires like you to pay the same amount into Social Security as a truck driver. Because as it sits right now, Oz, I was shocked at how low the cap is. It's something like 118,000 or so. I was shocked.
I think it's 140, but yeah, it's
is
low.
it 140? It's shocking. It's shocking.
Yeah.
So yeah, these fucking billionaires never pay into it, and they're always the ones that want to cut it. What about people like me who have paid into Social Security since the day I started fucking working, and now you just want to fucking cut it as I'm getting older? And here's the thing, you guys know I'm fighting for my Social Security right now. I've been diagnosed with terminal cancer, so I should be able to get some kind of benefits, right? To take the stress and ease off of me. When am I supposed to go to work? They're fighting me on it. They're telling me I don't have enough hours paid into SSA because they want you working from the time you turn 18 till the time you turn 64. So I'm 50, so I still have 14 work years left to have paid in, so I don't qualify yet, but I can apply for a social SSI, which is, the secondary income, which isn't very much at all. So what does it mean that I paid all that money in and then I don't even qualify to get any of it?
Yeah,
and I'll be dead
you,
long before I ever will be allowed to.
Then you get a pittance of it when you do finally get it, which is anywhere from, I guess, $1,100 a month to whatever the math gets you up to, maybe $1,900 or $2,300 a month. And I don't want to give Bernie credit here for something.
Credit,
no. I know you're not. But what Bernie is saying is what we all know. I mean, this is when talking points, when these politicians, especially Bernie, takes the populist talking points and turns them on after he's had them turned off for 4 years. The fucker.
Was he talking about scrapping the cap?
He should have been talking about this shit for the last 4 years. But I want to remind everybody, and many of you know this, if we didn't have Social Security disability insurance, we would have the third floor in these care homes, and people would be basically put to death because they wouldn't have anything. Say you're out on the job when you're a young guy, 23, 24 years old, young woman, and you get hurt on the job. Okay, you can't work again, but you've got a mortgage, you've got kids to raise, and everything else. If you didn't have Social Security disability, which they're making it even harder to get,
you can't even get on at that age.
You can,
even
but
if you're in a wheelchair, it's pretty damn impossible.
It takes you like 3 to 4 years now to get on it, but once you get
and
on
attorneys.
it, at least you've got that. And the nice thing about it, if anybody needs to check out getting Social Security disability, the attorneys for that don't charge you unless you get your disability. It's a setup thing with the government.
Changed so much, Oz.
They get a flat
used to give
fee.
you retro. They used to give you retro from the time that you applied till you got approved. They don't do that now. There's a cap on the retro. You only get so many thousands, and then the attorneys normally end up with that. I mean, I'm jumping through the hoops right now, and I jumped through the hoops before. I jumped through them 10 years ago when I injured my back, and I got denied then and told I could find a job sitting. But the hoops are insane. You can't get anybody on the phone. One agency is pushing you off to another agency.
Horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's just chasing.
And they've
their
made
ass,
it that
so
way under
they
Biden.
made it that way on purpose.
Under Biden and under Trump and under Bush and under Obama and all of them. It's all they've degraded it to the point where you have to fight tooth and nail to get all this. But we still have it. But with, as you see today, they're scaring everybody to death with the Republicans cutting Medicaid and Social Security. Personally, they better not do it because they will never, ever get reelected in 4 years if they do. So I'm thinking...
Yeah, that's the first way to fucking piss people off is start.
Yeah,
they always sneakily do it. They always sneak it into bills.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's how Obama got his Trans-Pacific Partnership. Well, people didn't go for it, chucked it, so they did it on the QT
I know.
in Congress.
Fought the TPP.
Yeah,
I did.
it's
I was
bullshit.
out on the ground fighting the TPP.
Every one of these bastards in Congress, except for Massey at this point, need to go. I'll keep Massey. But all the rest of them need to be kicked out, and we need to have people.
Your government wants
working for the people, by the people, and they need to work for you. And I would say kick out all the fucking millionaires in Congress, starting first. And all of these fuckers that have been doing insider trading for decades need to be arrested, indicted for that. Did
you see the video of Dan Crenshaw with this fucking patch talking about how he should be allowed to do insider trading because then we'll end up with really bad elected officials if they can't make money? And I should bring that clip. It's the stupidest shit.
Please do bring that clip to the show.
I'll bring that clip on Monday.
He's a fucking dickhead, man. He's just an example of the rot that's in this Congress, and fuck him and his eye patch too.
I know, right?
God damn these guys. Wall Street apes. You brought this.
This is heartbreaking. So this is an elderly woman outside of the Social Security office wondering why she only gets $876 a month after working for 36 years.
Holy crap.
Here I am today in front of the Social Security office trying to figure out why I only get $876 a month on Social Security after working 36 years and 10 years off and on, but 36 years straight and raising 5 kids. And now I get $876 a month. What is that? To be continued.
Yeah, what is that? You're being fucked like so many other Americans. And we've got to come together. We got to get this shit stopped. And I don't know what it's going to take. You brought this?
A worker making $50,000 a year contributes to Social Security with 100% of their income. A CEO making $20 million a year contributes to Social Security with less than 1% of their income.
Yeah.
Scrap the cap.
Scrap the cap. I brought this, and I like Chris, and Jimmy has his moments, and I thought you guys would appreciate this little super clip that I did, and he's talking about the mafia state.
How did we get here? And we got here because of Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. Of course, George Bush and Dick Cheney were horrible, but everybody knows they're horrible going in. But everybody thought Bill Clinton was a friend to the working man, and he was not. Everybody thought Barack Obama was going to be transformational change. He was a continuation of George Bush. And so
in some ways he was worse, I want to say.
In some ways he was worse. But let me just ask you, do you share that kind of, outrage and ire at the what led us here and the people who failed to see it?
And what's so scary and so frightening, because fascism is always the product of a bankrupt liberalism, is with the postmortems of the Democratic Party. They've learned nothing. I just read what that odious guy, what's his name, Carvel.
James Carvel?
Odious.
Yeah.
Oh.
They think it's all about messaging.
Yes.
We just didn't get our messaging right. No, when you're being evicted from your house and your town, all the industry is gone and the supermarkets are boarded up and there's an opioid crisis and suicides, and you're working 70 hours a week just to survive, and you don't have health insurance, or if you do have health insurance and you get sick, you can't pay the premiums and you go into bankruptcy. That has nothing to do with messaging. That has to do with a very, very real and physical assault on the working class. I don't know what world these people live in, but it's not I think we talked about this last time. I think you called the last Democratic convention like the Stepford Wives. I mean, I actually likened it to the old Stalinist Politburo. It's frightening. So there's no opposition to what's coming at all. No meaningful opposition at all. They don't stand for anything, the Democratic Party. They don't fight for anything. And we saw that with Harris's vapid, celebrity-driven, issueless campaign.
Yes, we did.
That was a good cut. I watched that whole interview, and Jimmy brought Glenn Greenwald kind of disagreeing with Chris and kind of set it up for Chris to respond. And I thought Chris responded beautifully, like he always does.
Yeah, he's not an asshole.
Mantis,
yeah,
he's not an asshole. He just goes, "Hey, I just disagree." Desert Mantis, it was fun hanging out with you over at Daddy Haifeng's live chat last night. Of course, he had Scott Ritter on. It was good. So, you guys check out Danny Haifeng. He's got some good guests.
Yeah, he's staying busy. Who's this? What's this?
This is just a spoof on Harris's stop in California this week. Did you see this?
Was she drunk again?
Oh my, she's always drunk.
Okay.
Kamala, you're here in the Palisades 2 months after the wildfires where people lost everything. Do you see why people think this is bullshit?
It's not only seeing it, Alex, you can smell it.
Oh my God, you're right. What is that? It's bullshit.
But to literally be on the ground here, you can smell the
bullshit.
It's what we were talking about.
Exactly that.
You can feel the toxicity, frankly, of the environment.
No, it's not the environment. The toxicity is from you being here. Anyway, since you're being really honest, which is totally out of character for you, what are your thoughts on the future of California? And I'm going to warn you, don't do your signature Kamala Harris word salad or else we're both going to leave.
As we think about the future, we must, as a society, as a country, invest in adaptation and resilience. And we have to understand these extreme weather occurrences are extreme, but they are increasingly less rare.
We tried to warn you!
I had the original and I was like, no, this is way funnier. So she said that's stupid.
No, that was good. And we take license to go after any politician, no matter which party they think they belong to. And
hey,
we'll
Kit,
do
what's
that.
up?
And I gotta say, this is a truism, and I bring truism. First month of questions, January 20th to February 19th. Trump answers 1,009, which is probably a shot. Biden answered 141. I don't think Biden even answered that many, do you?
No, come on. He was hiding in the basement way before he even got elected. Hardlands Media's in the house tonight. What's up, Kit? Good to see you.
Kit, what's going on? Yeah,
we all know that this was, we all talked about how Reagan was senile the last 2 years, maybe, of his fucking administration.
Yeah,
Biden was totally senile, Alzheimer's, freaking sundown, and the whole entire fucking time. So they had to keep him hid. He wasn't answering questions. And when he did, he would fuck it up like every time.
Every time, yeah. He was hiding out he was testing out his new crypt. And that was what Biden was doing. Americans, by covering up alarm at his age and health, honest to God, I don't know what to say anymore.
Did you bring this, or did I bring this? I
brought this, but
okay.
I brought this one for you. This meme up here. Life humbles you as you age. You realize how much time you wasted on nonsense. And I thought your face should be plastered on that.
I do feel that way.
Anyway, everybody's shitting their pants, and Jake Tapper brought a book out. Put a book out this week about how. What was it? Do we have that in the deck? I think I.
Oh no, not crap from Tapper, but yeah, I think Tapper's on deck, but not till we get through these few idiots.
Yeah, well, here you go, and this was funny. Yeah.
Oh, guess what? He's running for governor. He just dropped a 17-minute announcement. Mayor. He's running for mayor of New York now, but he is contemplating a possible White House run because they can't find anybody else other than the guy who killed a bunch of old people.
Yeah, well, I got to say, I think little Billy Maher was sarcastically pimping Fetterman last night.
I've got it cut for Monday already.
Michael Moore, Trump might be deporting illegals who could cure cancer or stop an asteroid. Did he really say that? Stop an asteroid? Or what?
Yeah, he would.
He would say that. Michael Moore has lost. I've lost virtually all respect for that guy. And FAA targeting Verizon contract in favor of Musk Starlink, sources say. Are you shocked, Chanda?
I'm not shocked that he's got some insider privilege to these contracts with the government now. It's always been about Starlink, aka Blackjack, which we've been telling you for fucking years. How do you think he's DARPA boy? How do you think he's the richest man in the world? The U.S. military. That's how.
He's got an angle. And what's this guy talking about?
This is funny. This is fake news. It's not real, but oh my God, it would be hilarious if true. Trump signs executive order to do away with HOAs.
Oh, this is going to be good. I haven't seen this.
Breaking news from your friendly construction workers newsstand. President Trump has done us a big favor. He signed an executive order to ban HOAs. Can you believe that? No more homeowners association. This is going to be the best thing to help the United States. I have a couple letters that have come in. Actually, this one is from Cheryl. She's from Colorado. She wants to be able to paint her house purple with pink trim. Cheryl, have at it. No one's stopping you now. You are free to do as you please. This is going to be great for the neighborhood. I can't wait to see how beautiful your house is going to look. We have another one from Frank from Texas. Frank's been complaining about his grass. Frank, I see that you want to grow your grass a foot tall. Again, Frank, go spray Miracle Grow all over the place. Let it grow over the driveways. Let it grow over the sidewalk. No one's stopping you now. You are free to do as you please. Oh, we have another one. This one's from Stinky's Rooter from Southern California.
Stinky's Rooter.
Oh, Stinky. He says he's been collecting toilets for the last 10 years. He wants to line them up down his driveway on both sides and use them as planters. Stinky, have at it. There's no one stopping you now. You have free reign. I can't wait to see the pictures. Send me one. And then myself. I'm going to finally bring out my garden gnomes, my pink flamingos, and I'm sticking them in the front lawn. This is just awesome. Who would have ever even thought that we would have been free in the United States to do what we want to do? No harm, no foul. This is another funny moment from your friendly construction worker, bringing you a laugh on your Wednesday hump day. You all have a good day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.
I love the
That would be an
HOAs.
awesome executive order if we could do away with HOAs. I fucking hate HOAs. Get the fuck out of my yard, Karen. Quit telling me what I can have in my yard. I hate that shit.
Anderson Pooper, what's going on here?
You sent me this one. This is Luke Wadowski at We Are Change cornering Cooper and calling him out for the Mockingbird media.
Oh my God. You put this up. I didn't know you were going to.
Hey Anderson, how you doing? Luke Radowski of WRC.
I can't do it.
I just really quickly just wanted.
Very much.
Hey sir, it's amazing to meet you. Just wanted to know what you think of German reporter Off Ote, who said the CIA bribed him and extorted him to publish news stories. Have you ever heard of Operation Mockingbird, Anderson? Operation Mockingbird, Mr. Anderson? It's a very serious question, Mr. Anderson. Do you have any comment on your knowledge of Operation Mockingbird? Sorry. So Anderson, what influence do you think the CIA has when it comes to mainstream media?
Dude, you're being just ridiculous.
I mean, it's time to ask really the hard question. Because there is a Western pro-government slant when it comes to mainstream media. We see that when we see coverage of Putin and Assad, but not coverage of the human rights violations in Saudi Arabia. Have you ever heard of Operation Mockingbird? Operation Mockingbird. Have you ever heard of the
You can kill it
CIA
wherever.
program to manipulate the news and mainstream media?
So Anderson Cooper has 3 security guards all around.
Yes.
Yeah, he ends up getting security guards all the way around him, and Luke can't get anything out of him. But I've always liked Luke Wadowski over at We Are Change.
Hey, it's independent media, so I'm all for it. So,
Hey, Luke has done some really great fucking on the ground calling out of the oligarchs over the
Yeah, the
years,
bullshit.
and you got to give him due credit.
Rachel Maddow's staff to be let go as part of MSNBS's overhaul. Oh, gee, I'm so disappointed.
It's almost like they're losing money over at MSNBC. Don't you think the Trump years would have brought them back money? That's why they brought her back to cover the first 100 days, right?
If they keep her around after the first 100 days, which she agreed to do, I'll be surprised. And
She is outright fucking lying to her viewers. Did you see that clip of her just spouting off fucking statistics about how much Trump is hated and how he's tanking in the polls? absolute lie. Just made up fucking numbers. Not true at all.
Yeah, I know. She's the propaganda queen these days. And speaking of propaganda, I got to say, Megyn Kelly isn't my first go-to on anything. However, I had to bring this clip of Megyn Kelly for everybody in our chat because I think she's right on here. If there's anybody that disagrees, let me know. But just hear her out.
I don't know if I've seen this. I don't think
I've seen her out.
Here's Rachel. She's so upset. She's so upset about the fact that there are layoffs. Meanwhile, you know why there are layoffs. You know why Joy Reid finally lost her job. You know why Alex Wagner lost hers. Because of you, Rachel Maddow. Because of you and your colleagues who completely destroyed the credibility of your entire network. You, more than anyone, did that. Yes, Joy Reid is a racist race baiter who hates the country. But you are the biggest conspiracy theorist on television. You're the one who pushed Russia, 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 Russia for years, trying to make it sound like you had special insights you could let us in on that only the great Rachel Maddow could see through to, and night after night trying to drive up your numbers with a bunch of made-up bullshit. And the reason we know it was made up and it wasn't a good faith error, which can happen but didn't hear, is because you never owned it and you never apologized and you never corrected the record. Your network is imploding because you have lost the credibility of even your far left viewers. They know you're bullshit. They know your colleagues are bullshit. They know you hate the United States, that you've been misleading them serially for years now. So I'm glad you feel sad that some staffers are getting laid off. But if you're looking for someone to blame, look in the mirror, sister. It's actually not the fault of the new woman, Rebecca, who took over 2 minutes ago. It's your fault. And it's absolutely Joy Reid's fault and Lawrence O'Donnell and Chris Hayes. And you know what? If we're going to play by your rules, why isn't somebody answering at MSNBC over the fact that the two white guys and the white woman, Joy Reid, got to keep, or Rachel Maddow got to keep their jobs, and Jen Psaki, another white woman, got elevated into the primetime? Why don't they have to answer for that? Those are their rules.
She's right.
I'll even go a step further. I think the likes of Rachel Maddow and MSNBS have helped to ruin the credibility, rightfully so, of everything in Western corporate media. And honest to God, you know, like I said, I think that Megyn Kelly's a good actress too, and she does her thing well, but not my first go-to.
Hey,
but when she's right, she's right.
We remember when MSNBC did have some integrity, when they had people like Ed Schultz on, and
they fired him
and fucking fired him because he was trying to cover Bernie Sanders. And you know, my girlfriend handed me a MSNBC hoodie one day. We were out at the beach and it was cold, and at one time I would have been proud to put that on, you know, during the Obama years, even coming into the Bernie Sanders years. But I looked at it, it was probably 2017, and I said, oh, I can't wear that. Like,
I wouldn't wear it to
no, I'd rather freeze than put that shit on.
Yeah, I'd use it to line my cat litter pan.
Exactly.
Honestly, and I knew that NBC Universal was gone when they fired Phil Donahue and Charles Grodin.
Yep.
And that was back in the 90s. Early 2000s for Donahue.
Yeah, it was early 2000s.
Iraq War, but Grodin was really good too back in the day.
Rest in peace, Ed Schultz.
Yeah, and Charles Grodin and Phil Donahue. They're all gone.
And Phil Donahue.
And then you've got this piece of shit.
Well, Don Lemon is all salty and catfighting with Megyn. So I figured I'd back it up with this because this is just fucking funny.
He's going to lose this cat fight, by the way.
And by the way, Megyn, let me just say something. Deal with your own house and tell your husband to stop looking at my husband across the room. It's weird.
Ooh, meow.
Okay? I never take glee in anyone's downfall. I didn't take glee in Megyn Kelly. I'm talking about Megyn Kelly. I didn't take glee in her downfall when she was fired from NBC.
And really what's happening here is when one cannot generate light on one's self by oneself, they may find it fine just to bathe in the reflective light of someone else who actually is successful.
I am actually embarrassed for her that she does what she does.
Because you have any tooth or embarrassment about anything.
Hold up a mirror to you that sometimes you just need to look in that mirror and go, you know what, maybe they're right. And let me just hold up a mirror because she's saying that I did this or whatever, but here's a mirror. These are the times, some of them, not all of them, that she has attacked just me, has used me for content and to resurrect her career after she got fired. This is just some of the times that she's attacked me. You will rarely.
Don, you say a lot of dumb shit. All of us talk shit about you.
Yeah, it's an easy target.
Except for when she got
You're
fired.
an easy
low hanging fruit.
Like you,
Don.
women would like you more if you weren't such a what you said about my former colleague. And by the
you
way,
didn't
Megan,
swear
let me
this
just say
time?
something. Deal with your own house and tell your husband to stop looking at my husband across the room. It's weird.
You weirdo.
Okay.
So he's mad. You called Rachel a bitch, and your husband looks at my husband and whatever. Get out of here with that shit.
Well, I'm glad you brought that because, as a matter of fact, Sabrina brought a segment today. She dropped it today about how Joy Reid and the likes of Don Lemon and others, Roland Martin, have betrayed the best interests of the black community.
I agree.
For the Democrats and the party for years, and basically it's a great piece if you want to watch it. She dropped it today, and we knew this. We knew that they were betraying because when you sign up with these evil corporate outfits, you've got to do what they say, otherwise they'll let you go. And it was a good segment. Now, this is the book, Original Sin, President Biden's Decline, Its Cover-Up, and His Disastrous Choice to Run Again, Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson. And Jake Tapper was the one that was talking about how sharp and that he was giving shit. But I got a little clip here just to remind everybody what Jake Tapper was talking about Joe Biden just under a year ago. So here we go.
Jake, is very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You have this is so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive decline.
You're trying to tell me that what I was suggesting was
I think that you were mocking his stutter. Yeah, I think you were mocking his stutter, and I think you have absolutely no standing to diagnose somebody's cognitive decline.
Oh my God, we all saw
that
it.
somebody in the Trump family would be more sensitive to people who do not have medical licenses diagnosing politicians from afar. Plenty of people have diagnosed your father from afar, and I'm sure it offends you. Your father.
Nothing was wrong with Biden. Biden was perfectly fine. I don't know.
The hypocrisy there is just, right here. And now he's publishing a book about it. And he knew it all the time. So once again.
The decline. Yeah. How quickly he can turn on a dime.
Like Rachel Maddow, I say Tapper and Bash and Maddow and Hayes and all of them have some kind of blood on their hands for the Gaza and the Ukraine and all that shit.
Everything that Biden frickin' paid into
everything
and
everything
promoted.
They were accomplices in all that. What do we got here?
Okay, health insurance, get an MRI in the United States. And I ran into this problem just last month about self-pay. They're not allowing you to self-pay anymore because they make more money billing your insurance.
So I don't normally jump on that health insurance is a scam, but today it is absolutely a scam, and I swear it's fraud. I need an MRI on my back because I hurt my back. My clinic sent it over to a hospital. They ran it through my insurance. They called me and said, hey, your portion of it that you're going to have to pay after insurance is $5,100 for this MRI. So I'm like, wow, okay. I was like, before we do that, just wait, because I'm like, $5,100 just seems wild. I called another place who was also waiting for my insurance to go through to see how much it was going to be. My insurance was still on hold with them, but I asked them, hey, if I just cash pay this, how much is it going to cost for this MRI? And they're like, well, if you just want to cash pay it, not run anything through insurance, it's $700. And so I'm like, sounds a lot better than $5,100. So I called the original hospital back and said, hey, if I don't run this through insurance, what is the cost if I just decide to self-pay it, since I know the other place is $700? The lady's like, I'll rerun it under you being self-pay and I'll call you back with your total. So a few minutes go by, the lady calls me back and she goes, hey, I talked to my supervisor. Since you have insurance, we are not going to let you self-pay it, so we won't give you that number.
Yep.
How is that not a scam? Isn't it my choice if I want to self-pay something versus running it through my insurance? How I should get to decide that, not you, but they're like, nope, since you have insurance, you've already done it that way. We are not going to allow you to self-pay it. And I think that's because they probably were going to give me a self-pay price, kind of like the other place, maybe a $700, maybe up to $1,300, still way less than $5,100 that it was going to make me pay. And I just think, like, what if somebody wouldn't, what if I wouldn't have called around? I would have been stuck with this $5,100 bill. Insurance is such a ripoff. I don't know how in the world this hospital is telling me that I now can't self-pay it. what does it matter? I'm going to go to the other place, but I don't know how this hospital is allowed to now tell me, hey, yeah, you can't self-pay something if you have already had us run it through your
For-profit
insurance.
hospitals.
I haven't even had it yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
The pharmacies are doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah, they
sorry.
are.
Your insurance doesn't want to cover this, but you're not allowed to self-pay it because we don't take your insurance, but we'll have to tell your insurance if you self-pay for it. Like,
not
what?
that I could, because same thing with Medicare. You got Medicare, that's your insurance, and those are contract prices you get. So they don't want you to self-pay. You know, it's gonna be Medicare.
It's a fucking scam.
What's Woody Harrelson doing in the deck?
I think Woody's going off about boop boops, if I remember right.
Okay, let's listen.
As a left-leaning hippie Texan, maybe it is in my nature to be somewhat rebellious, but I can't help but wonder, in spite of all of the criticism Bobby Kennedy Jr. received for encouraging us to be somewhat skeptical about these rushed COVID vaccines, what if he was right?
I don't know. What if he was right? What if we were right, Oz? It's interesting because it's almost like we told people this since like January of 2020.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. What do you got here?
Beef tallow getting switched for fries for fast food.
Didn't they used to use beef tallow?
Apparently that's what they used to deep fry fries in, but there's a push to bring it back in America.
Steak and Shake says all locations will be, quote, RFK'd as they swap vegetable oil for a healthier beef tallow to cook their iconic shoestring fries. Steak and Shake Chief Operations Officer Daniel Edwards joins us right now from Texas. So, Daniel, you're really shaking it up with this beef tallow thing. Was this at the behest of Bobby Kennedy Jr., or have you been thinking about this for a while?
We've actually been thinking about this for a while. Our owner, my boss, is a man named Sardar Biglari, and when he was a little boy, he went to Belgium and had fries and said these are the best fries I've ever had, and they were actually cooked in beef tallow. So he called me one time and said, why should Europeans have better fries than Americans? Like, we need to have the best. Steak and Shake's classic American brand. We can't let anybody beat us. We got to have the best fries. We wanted to switch, I guess, years ago, but they couldn't get a chemical-free, additive-free, all-natural, pure beef tallow because they put defoaming agents and things. So he tells me we have to do beef tallow, but we have to do it all natural, no additives, no preservatives. And we found a supplier that could finally do that for us. And he said, we got to do it. We got to do it everywhere. And so we did.
Okay.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah, you can kill it there. So there you are. It's not about us eating healthier, getting rid of seed oils. It's about America having the best fries.
Yeah, there you go. What do you got here? Are they having fries here, or what's this?
No, this is a disgrace for Washington State. Washington State is passing a new bill about methane emissions from every cow being tracked. And this is how we get to the digital carbon wallets that they're going to give all of us.
You can't be serious. This is a real thing?
This is Washington State, Olympia.
A new bill has been brought forward by the state of Washington that would require dairy farms and feedlots in Washington state to report their annual methane output to the State Department. While they say the bill's purpose is to better understand the scale of emissions from these operations, this is the first step to imposing a per-head methane tax on cattle, similar to what Denmark imposed this summer. The bill is currently with the committee in the House, and I will be monitoring it closely.
Cow farts. Here we go.
Cow farts. Well, let's just be thankful that Republicans have control of Washington right now.
Oh, they do? I didn't know that.
Well, for the most part, don't they? Do they have the House?
It's all Democrats, I think.
No, I thought the Republicans took a good majority.
You could be right. I know all our representatives.
I thought most people voted down ticket under Trump in the last election, so I thought we phased out a lot of the stronghold defective Democrats.
Maybe in the House. We'll see. America does not need to buy any food from China. America needs to back American farmers. Do you agree with that, Chanda?
Is there any American farmers even fucking left?
I don't know. I think they've put them all out of business and they've committed suicide.
What is your Cal V headset thing?
64. Oh, you're going to like that. Where is that? 64? Yeah.
64. Go, or 61. Sorry, you skipped it.
61. There we go.
Yeah,
Calvi
what is
headset.
this? I haven't seen what this is.
This is good. I like that. Do you like the artwork there?
No, I love it.
Here we go.
This cow is wearing a VR headset, but the reason for this might surprise you. In Russia, farmers put VR headsets on their cows during winter because when it snows, cows can't graze on green fields, which stresses them out and decreases their milk yields. The VR headsets show them a bright green field, relaxing the cows and increasing milk production by 22%.
Oh, fucking Russia. They would. They so would.
They would. You got a Whitney Webb here.
Happy cows.
What's going on with Whitney?
Whitney's just going off on the technocrat.
Okay.
You know what?
It seems like in Larry Fink's case in particular, there's
What'd you say?
It's a 3. Let me take that over to Trailer Park because it's like a 3-minute.
Coming to you Monday on Trailer Park Pundit.
Yeah.
And what the hell is this? This grossed me out when I saw
This is creepy as shit. This is the future. You gonna buy one of these? I'm gonna buy one of these. And I wanted to have Elon's head on it.
What the hell?
Oh my god!
Is that a conversation?
I want an Elon Robo Dog.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
That's creepy. If I saw one of those, I would freak out.
You got this one.
When you are trying to warn MAGA that Trump is backed by the technocrat billionaires building a digital surveillance panopticon, but not to keep bad guys out, but to trap you in a biometrics control grid, and all you get back is a blank fluoride stare.
Yeah, that's it. That's a blank fluoride stare. It's kind of like the Democrats shit libs when you tell them the truth about Ukraine. We've got MAGA, America First, and then fucking every dystopian novel, and then billionaires. That's it.
True.
That's it.
true.
That's it. We made it to Hollywood. Go fuck yourself. So
Fuck yourself.
we're gonna do that. Stick around tonight. We got a hell of a outro tonight. We got Supertramp. So it's came out.
I
Quite
love
nicely.
me some Supertramp.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, and it's special too. And I'll tell you why when we get there. We have, you brought this, Tom Hanks, right?
I'm on the flight list. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know, Tom. We know you're on the flight list, Tom. And Chanda, the Oscars are tomorrow night. Is there any that is your favorite in contention?
I'm glad that the Oscars is the end of award season. Like it's the grand finale, right? So I'm just glad that it's almost over.
I am not going to watch the Oscars. I haven't watched it in 4 years. And I don't even know where the hell they pulled these movies out other than their ass. From what I do understand, though, a lot of people that are the voters for the Oscars this year, thousands of them, are not going to vote because of DEI requirements boosting these movies into the algorithm instead of the quality of the movie. So am I shocked? But I had to bring this as a little reminder. This is what you want an awards host to look like on stage.
Hell yeah.
No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way. So in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Ooh. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Kill me. We're nearly done. Jesus. 3, it's already... Right, last one. Come on, guys. Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it. I didn't. You did it. Shut the fuck up. That's it. Good night. Thank you. Please don't
Still the
go to
best host
Australia. Have a
ever.
great time. Get drunk. Take your drugs.
I'll take Ricky Gervais over 90% of people from Hollywood all day long, and he did kill it. And will you watch the Oscars? Tell us in the chat.
I don't know, chat. Tell us in the chat. Will you guys while you watching? I don't watch that shit anymore. I used to love award season, but now I hate it because it's a bunch of fucking celebtards who are out of fucking touch, liberals preaching to the rest of us about shit they don't know what they're fucking talking about.
My prediction is this is going to be the lowest watched Oscars in history.
I agree.
I think it's going to, and I think this is. I think this is their death knell, Hollywood's death knell.
I used to have Hollywood Oscar parties. Like we would all dress up, we'd get our wine, we'd have our snacks. Like it was a big thing for me and my girlfriends.
I think a lot of the consensus that I'm feeling out there by what I read and what I hear and what people are saying is that people are sick and tired of celebrities in general. And we know the quality of the movie
oversaturated.
Making. Yeah, it's terrible.
It used to be one thing when we only saw them in the pages of People magazine. It's another thing when they're constantly in our face and our news feeds preaching at us and showing us their extravagant lives. You know, it's really changed
It has showed, because of social media and our ability to communicate and get information these days, it showed what shitty people these are. And I'm gonna cite,
stop idolizing these fuckers.
I'm gonna cite Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. I always thought Ryan Reynolds was cool, but from what I understand,
I'm over him since this whole Blake Lively bullshit. It really has turned me off to Ryan Reynolds.
She's a prima donna on the level of Amber Heard.
She's an Amber Heard. Yeah, she's an Amber Heard for sure.
Worse, and I believe it. You know. And
I do too.
Blake, prove us wrong. You can't because of what
I'm
we're
team
reading.
Justin Baldoni the whole fucking way, and I don't give a shit about any of it. But from what I've seen, they're terrible human beings who tried to take this dude's movie over and make it their own. They strong-armed him, and then they tried to fucking ruin him.
And Ryan Reynolds is one of the wealthiest actors in Hollywood. Yeah, and he's got the ego going. I used to really enjoy him, but anymore, I'm not going to go out of my way to see any of his shit. And,
Me too.
And that includes Deadpool.
I don't care how funny Deadpool is.
Yeah. We lost some notables, and I just say notables because we lost a lot of people this week. But people I grew up with, one of them was Roberta Flack last weekend. We didn't get to get her on the show. Killing Me Softly, the first time I ever, loved Roberta Flack. So rest in peace, Roberta Flack. You were an entertainer extraordinaire. And I think she was good people.
Oh, strumming my pain with his finger. I mean, come on. That song was such an emotional powerhouse of a song.
Beautiful voice. And she's earned her piece. And another good actor, and I have mixed feelings on Gene, but I can't take away his acting ability.
I was a huge Gene Hackman fan.
Yeah, he did a French Connection and Poseidon Adventure and all kinds of stuff.
I love Poseidon Adventure and Bat 21. Bat 21 was amazing.
Oh yeah, he consummate actor. I don't know personality-wise how he got along with everybody. I don't care. He's dead. Rest in peace, Gene. You brought for all the years of entertainment that you brought. I hope you're a good guy, and I hope you do rest in peace.
I love all these conspiracies that are saying that he got taken out because of the Epstein list, or that he got taken out for his catalog so they could make. He was 95 years old. All
if anything, I think he took himself out, frankly. And from what I understand, his wife died the same time. So
I'm watching that story because it is very odd. I mean, the fact that the wife was found, like. He apparently died on the 17th from what they're saying today. He had a pacemaker event. I think maybe his wife saw that he had gone and maybe she decided to go with him.
Check out too. Yeah. I get that. I get that from my wonderful wife. She says, "You die, I die," which is unbelievable. I wish she wouldn't say that because
I get that partnership. I kind of have a partnership like that too.
It's wonderful. That's a commitment of love that you can never have. And
I loved him in Birdcage. That was very funny when he had to go out of the nightclub dressed up as a woman.
He wasn't a bad Lex Luthor. He really wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Superman. He wasn't. And this one, you're too young. 39 years old, too young to die. This is Michelle Trachtenberg, a la Buffy and Gossip Girl and everything. It's horrible. I guess her mother found her. But she had
a liver transplant not too long ago.
That
so maybe
scares me.
She was having medical
health issues. Yeah. But 39 years old, and You know, Chanda, you and I could put all kinds of faces of people who are just ordinary people like us up here, but we don't. These are notables. They're in the thing. And I just wanted to give them a shout out, each one of them, for their contribution to, you know, entertainment. And if somebody, if somebody really feels strongly that we should put somebody up there, just send me a thing, and we'll do a memoriam. I don't mind these memoriams.
Boomers can shout out who was, these people were influences in our life. Just because the construct has changed the last 15, 20 years, it was a way of life to tune into the TV to watch these people. And Gene Hackman was definitely one of those people.
Oh, hell yeah. Popeye. Yeah. And we're going to roll over to Stoner Corner. Plants are not an alternative medicine. They are the original medicine. And this fucking dork can smoke like weed like a normal person. Can't do it. And happy Saturday, everybody. And there's a pipe that somebody made, the carved pipe, beautiful. And there's Chanda, but she doesn't smoke anymore. But I had to use your face on there. SpongeBob. Okay. SpongeBob, when you've been coughing since the last rotation, and now it's back on you. So yeah, that's we've got some friends that do that. They go into coughing rages, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I live with somebody who does that all day long.
Yeah, I threatened to call the EMTs on them. We have
Meme Alley.
And we're going to Meme Alley, and we're going to blow through Meme Alley real quick because we got a great outro. Medieval peasants worked only about 150 days in a year. The church believed it was important to keep them happy, frequent with mandatory holidays. You have less holidays than a medieval peasant. And
I know, that's so sad.
I did not realize that, Chanda. And
me. This is me. I brought these. So me in traffic, bitch, drive the bitch. Yeah, and then me, be kind. You'll never know what someone is going through. Also me, nice turn signal, fuckface.
Yeah, well, that can be me too. But yeah, I definitely get this. Does this strike a nerve with you, Chanda?
Oh, you are not sick. You're being poisoned.
More and more are coming out about this stuff every single day. You brought this.
Me realizing that America has already been destroyed and we're all just going through the motions till the shooting starts. People bitching about gas prices.
Yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula. I like that. It's got the cat giving the dog the bite in the neck. That was kind of fun.
That's funny. Cats are fearless.
Yeah, they are fearless. And then we've got doctor. Looks like you don't have health insurance, so we're going to let you die. Me, okay, fantastic, thank you. Please please be patient with me. I'm from the 1900s. And then you got Woolworths. I actually got to sit at a Woolworths luncheon stand one time, and it was fantastic. It was great. And back when this was done, roast turkey dinner was $1.09. That kind of blows my shit away. And this you can relate to, Chanda.
Oh God! Skipping the gym today to put on a fitted sheet. Yeah, it's a wrestle in my bed.
No shit. And these are, what are these creepy callers? They're thing makers. There's when you put that chemical goo in the thing and you make those things. And did you eat these or no? You didn't eat these.
I never even. These were way before my time. But I think you told me they were really toxic smelling at one point.
Yeah, they were toxic smelling. I don't think he ate those. The other ones you ate, which was kind of like, really?
Ew. You eat that crap?
Yeah.
You guys wonder why you're all brain dead. Damn.
Yeah, well, that's me especially. And, I was making orange juice like this up until a minute ago, so this isn't really old to me. And I think they still have it.
It's hard to find, and it's expensive. It's like $3 a can now. But this is how I grew up making orange juice.
Yeah, I used to keep a case of that in my freezer because I was addicted to screwdrivers for quite a while.
Right. Yeah. My parents say, can we have some of the orange juice? No, that's for our drinks.
Yeah, get smart. Secret Agent 86 pin radio. I had one of these fucking things.
Of course you did.
I did. I had one of those things. Do you know what this is when people do this? Do you know what it's called?
Dangerous and dumb, but yeah.
It's called hooky bobbin.
Hooky bobbin. Okay.
We called it hooky bob. And
you go to jail for doing that shit now.
Yeah, well, you get killed doing it too. Ice cream then, raw milk, honey, organic vanilla, and egg yolks, and then ice cream now. Pasteurized milk, canola oil, refined sugars, gar gum, Carson and
pitching. Yeah.
I don't know what the hell. Fructose, natural flavors, and xanthan gum. And I wouldn't give that to your dog because it sounds like it's going to kill the dog. I had this as well. This was a car that I had. You just ran that little pulley through it, and it would poke your eye out if you weren't careful. It was brutal. It worked great for a long time.
No, those things were awesome. I remember my brothers having them, and those little cars would just jet across the carpet.
You brought the Jesse's Girl here.
Yeah, I like how it's blurry. So Jesse's Girl was released 43 years ago. So if she's still watching him with those eyes, she's got readers on. I just know it.
I just know it too. And then I brought the Beaver. Leave It to Beaver. Barbara Billingsley.
The Beaver.
1915 to 2010. So yeah, Barbara Billingsley. That was Beaver Cleaver. We always used to make fun of that. Saturday morning cartoons and a bowl of cereal, and not a care in the world other than what cartoon is next. I miss days like that, and I know you can relate to it too.
Me
Shanda.
freaking too. I'd start out with Scooby-Doo, and then I'd go to Smurfs next. Hell yeah.
Yeah, those were the days, weren't they?
They were the days.
And I think this is the last one. Then we're going to get the hell out of here.
When the brain fog hits mid-sentence and suddenly you've never had a thought in your whole life. That happens to me on air all the time on Mondays.
Yeah, and this is what I watched when I was a kid. Captain Kangaroo, and that was a long time ago. I love that clock they had. It was cool.
Captain Kangaroo always creeped me out.
And we're back. We're ready to get out of here.
We're ready.
What do you got to say to everybody? Thanks everybody so much for joining us tonight. It's been a hell of a show. It's been a long show. I'm tired.
It has been a long show. I'm tired too.
I'm tired. So yeah.
I've got a good show already in the pipeline working on for Monday for Trailer Park Pundit. We've got lots to talk about. We'll catch up on a lot of stories that Oz and I just don't have time to cover on Saturday nights, and we'll have fun. So join me. And I'll get you guys all caught up on Monday morning. I like scooping Jimmy Dore on Monday. It seems like I do my show and then I scoop him.
Yeah, that is good. That is good that you scoop him. And next week, we may have a show next week. We may not. If I don't start feeling better by Monday, I'm probably going to pass on
It's
next
okay.
week.
I think you need to take a week off. It's okay.
Yeah, I might have to do that. So, but if I get a second wind, we will have a show next week. And Kate, Chanda, I'm planning for Monday. Good. Yes, Kate. Yes.
I'll see you Monday because I got lots of funny stuff.
Yeah, and chat, we love you too. Desert Mantis, we so
everybody
appreciate it.
in the
Jackal and
chat.
Jack H, great to see you. Thanks, Oz and Chanda, great show. If I wake up at the crack of dawn next Sunday morning, I'll watch you then. Night, everyone. Take care for now. And we are out of here.
Night
We're
to
going to
all
go
of
out
our
with a
chat.
little super tramp. And I got to tell you, this is these kids that I brought last week. They're low darts. They did such a good job on the magic thumbnail that I thought I'd give them another shot. And they are out actively performing now. I think they're in college.
Nice.
But they did a fantastic job. I hope you enjoy this as much as I did. Both of them are great. And I like the right, you bloody well right. That's the second one. But the first one.
Okay. I like that one.
We'll start you out with an oldie but goodie from them, and they kill it. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Good night. Thank you, chats.
It was an early morning yesterday. I was up before the dawn. And I really have enjoyed my stay. But I must be moving on. Like a king without a castle, like a queen without a throne. I'm an early morning lover, and I must be moving on. Now I believe in what you say. It's the undisputed truth. But I have to have things my own way. Keep me in my youth. Like a ship without an anchor, like a slave without a train. It's about those sweet ladies that the shiver through my veins. And I will go on shining, shining like brand new. I never look behind me, my troubles will be few. some you just can't tell. And some do ill and some do well. Some is just as well. Laughing my behavior, that'll never bother me. So the devil is my savior, but I don't pay no heed. And I will go on shining like brand new. I'll never look behind me. My dreams will be few. Goodbye, stranger. It's been nice. I'm not too free. You say it all depends on the money and who is in your family tree. Right, right. You're bloody well right. You got a bloody right to say. Right. You're bloody well right. You got a bloody right to say. Yeah, yeah, you're bloody well right. You know you're right to say. Yeah, yeah, you're bloody well right. You know you're right to say. And me, I don't care anyway. Write your problems down in a detail. Take them to a higher place. You've had to cry, no, I shouldn't say well. But in the meantime, wash your face. Right, right, right. You're bloody well right. You got a bloody right to say. Right, you're bloody well right. You know you got the right to say. Yeah, yeah, you're bloody well